This is Painting on Glass, the Markus social podcast in English language. Listen to the stories and reflections of a singer-songwriter and author. Hold on, take me back. Hold on and take me back. It's like painting on glass. Leave a note on your door. Tell me what you're looking for. It's like painting on glass. This is episode 28 of Painting on Glass, an old garden. Leave another sign for me to find behind, so I might be able to find you. Show it with a trace of a smile and a love. This might be something to show me. Thank you so much for calling back and tuning in again. You might be interested in how all the songs take shape from thought to the studio, a novel from the first draft to a book. And in this podcast, I'm telling you the way it works for me and the way it might work for you. Today in this episode, I'm going to take you out into an old garden, a wonderful place, the moment you enter. So let's go. An old garden lies in the shadow of an old and battered tree, and the green underneath it grows fairly wild, as you may see. So what is the first image that comes to your mind when thinking about a garden? Is it Garden Eden, home of Adam and Eve, and the religious beginning of the story of mankind? It might also be the famous gardens in Spain, the Alhambra, or the gardens in Sevilla. Or it might be a classic English garden with all its landscape wonders, or cottage ways in smaller spaces. I cannot tell. But let me offer to enter an old garden that had been without the love and heart of a devoted gardener for quite a while. Well, it used to be a refuge for all those who came to see a little silence, a little sunshine after a long, hard Labor Day. Places of nature are always a refuge for modern man. We love to go out into these places and we love to stay there. A garden is, by definition, made by the hand of someone who wanted to create something very personal to dwell in there. And an old Chinese saying tells us that if you want to reach a happier state of mind, you really should start growing your own garden. Being out in the healing process of growing and in seeing it slowly taking shape is medicine. It really is. And the years, they came and went along in the passing of all the days, with the seasons, colors beautiful in its old and gentle way. Well, I have always been attracted by the old and forsaken gardens you can find somewhere along the road. It's a magic that captures you the moment you take the very first look. You are able to see that must have been a tiny paradise, a small garden Eden some time ago, and you can see that it had already lost most of its splendor. But you are also able to feel the hand of the person that some period of time ago in the past gave all of his or her heart into this spot, to make it grow for him or herself, or for a family to spend moments of happiness in there. And that's a kind of magic. Despite of all the wilderness in front of your eyes, and with all of the years gone by, you can still feel the hands of this loving heart. Always a wonderful thought to me. And the loving heart took care of all that was there, about to grow. But the name of the loving heart, that is what I do not know. That is what I do not know. Wondering about the ways of a garden, it makes you wonder about the ways of time passing, and of all the gifts that come along with it. I myself grow a garden around the house and the studio in which I'm just recording this show. It has always been a place of finding myself and being able to start to create projects of many a kind. Without the gardens in the world, this life would be something else. An old garden does remember us to recall that over and over again.
Like the wind that softly blows right through, like the sun that shines so bright, with this garden remaining peacefully, the loving heart has done so right. Loving heart has done so right.
Let me ask you now one little thing. When was the last time you took the time to listen to the wind inside a garden? It's the healing hand of nature, and it tells you where it came from and where you're about to go. It's easy. Enter a garden yourself and listen to that wind blowing. It'll work, I bet.
An old garden lies in the shadows of an old and battered tree, and the green underneath it grows fairly wild, as you may see.
Well, now the song Old Garden was published on the album Music for a Storybook and is available to you on all the major music outlets online. Choose the one you're familiar with. And there's one more thing. Feel free to find more information on the official website www.markus-zozel.com. Join in and be a part of it. And please, leave a rating or review. It'll help others to find this show. Thank you.
As you may see. Shining through, it's all you need to do when painting on glass. lay down what you hope to find, all the things you left behind. That's painting on God.
Watch out for this, and let me thank you for listening and your personal interest. You will find all of my music on major streaming and download platforms on the internet, and all of my books on Amazon.com. Look out for them under my name, and you will find all of them. We'll meet here in a few episodes to come, if you want to. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.